All right. Well, so morning cardio is all done. 25 minutes done in the bag. So again, as I said earlier, today is an active rest day according to the plan, and so I got my hydra-charge, and I'll talk a little bit about what that looks like. But I got my hydra-charge in me. And I mixed that. So right as soon as I finished, I like to drink this because, I'm sweating a lot and I want to make sure that I get some fluids back into me. So one of the things that I wanted to talk briefly about is I wanted to talk about the supplements that I'm currently taking. And I mentioned a little bit yesterday what they were, but today I actually have them with me. So I want to be able to show those to you and kind of talk through what I'm doing with those. And because I see that's a question that's come up quite a bit is A, where are you going? Where's the name of this program? B, are you taking supplements and what are you taking? And so what I've been doing is really just pointing people to the website. Again, so Kaged Muscle, KAGED muscle.com is where I went to for his program. Now, previously, I went to bodybuilding.com when I did the 12-week program. But since that time, Chris Gethin, who is the trainer, broke off and created this other website. Also has a mobile app that you can download as well. So as I mentioned yesterday, I started doing the 8-week program, and I didn't get very far before I realized I just wanted to go all in. And again, it was only 8 weeks, and yeah, there is a certain amount of an investment that you're going to need to make. And I thought about, if I'm going to go through all this effort, I want to make sure that I'm getting my results. And even if it's a little bit more, 20% more return on my investment, which is what I'm putting in, then I want to get it. And I know that there are a lot of opinions about, should you take supplements versus not taking supplements, and is Chris or Kaged Muscle all they doing is just selling a product, trying to make money. And again, just so you know, I don't have any financial benefit from this at all. I just wanted to share this information with you. I shared some pictures earlier and just to show you that it works. And I wanted to just be very transparent with you about what I'm doing currently. So if you have questions, you can see exactly what I'm doing. So today what I want to do is I want to talk through some of the supplements that I'm taking. And again, a lot of these I got 100% from his supplement plan as far as what I'm eating. I got pretty much 100% from his nutrition plan, and then what I'm doing again is 100% from what he's doing in the training. So that I have everything has been laid out for me, which is why I love his programs, because I don't have to think about anything. I just got to follow the plan, and I love plans. I think when I fail most times is because I don't follow a plan, or even worse, I don't have a plan. So to have someone else who can lay it out for me, tell me exactly what I need to do, that works for me. And I love the fact that he's doing it with me. So I don't feel like I'm doing it alone. Sometimes if you go to the gym by yourself, there's been some other plans that I've done where it's been the same cycle over and over and over. But I feel like he's with me. So, sometimes you get a training partner and they don't show up. Sometimes you want to do cardio together and they don't show, or they don't put the effort in. And I just said, you know what, if I can go to the gym and just get it done, and if I'm following the videos because he's doing it or he's done it, then let's go, right? And that's kind of how it feels. And even though he doesn't know me, Chris doesn't know me personally, we've never spoke personally, I still feel like I would be letting him down if I don't show up each and every single day, knowing that really it's just me. I would be letting myself down if I don't show up. But now that I've put this on the internet, now that I've actually put those pictures and a video on Facebook and YouTube, and I've shared it in some other places, now I feel even more pressure to make sure that I'm not just doing it, but I'm going 110% in, because people are going to be looking for the results, right? I want to know, does it work? And that's why I showed them that it worked last time. But does this one work? And can the average Joe like me see the same results? And based on some of the feedback that I got from you, a lot of you feel the same way. It's like, I want to do that. I want to see changes. And again, if I can do it, and I'm not coming from, I played sports in high school. I wasn't a star athlete by any stretch of the imagination, but I was pretty thin growing up, and then I gained weight. After high school, eating and not moving a lot, I gained more weight. And then of course, when you get into a career and you have kids and, everything changes. So the fact that I could do it once and it worked was all I needed to see that, if I go 100% and I can do it again. So having said that, let me jump in. So, what does my day look like? So when I get up, so let's say this morning I get up, I'll have breakfast meal number one, which usually is like egg whites and oatmeal. And then I will start with a couple of things. And I'm looking here. So first thing I do is I start with, hopefully you can see the light there. This is called Clean Burn. Let me come on this side. Maybe it's better over here. It's called Clean Burn. And it's caged muscle, Clean Burn. And this is basically a fat burner, if you will, and thermogenesis. So what it does is from what I understand, again, I am not a supplement expert by any stretch of the imagination, but based on what I've read and what I've listened to, is it will help you burn more fat. It raises your body temperature. And it really sort of forces your body to burn fat versus, taking energy and whatnot from your muscles. Again, and if I said something that's not 100% correct, definitely go to the website, hydra-charge.com. You can read up on it 100%. But I'm just giving you, based on what I am on day 13, what I know. The other thing I want to point out, and I want to show this to you, is the big selling point for caged muscle, and I'm actually pointing right here, are the patented products that they use in their products, right? So sometimes when you go to these supplement stores, and this is what I've seen, is that you don't really know what's in it, and they don't tell you how much they put in it. You have to guess, and it's a proprietary blend or some combination of sort. And again, you can't even follow up on this process. So with it being patented, and I think every single product that I have here that are coming from Caged Muscle is patented, which means you can actually follow the manufacturers of those ingredients, and from basically from the ground, the root, down to the distribution where it ends up in your product. And I thought that was huge. And when I did some research on these products, because I wanted to know what I was taking, I can see what company is doing it and what the benefits are for every single ingredient. So I thought that was huge. And again, that's across the board. So I take Clean Burn. You take 9 a day. Sorry, back up. 6 a day. So you take it 3 times a day, two at each setting. So usually I have it either around breakfast, before I go work out, do my cardio. And then the other one I'm taking, and this one is called Ferrodrox. And again, I know some of you are going to be like, oh my gosh, he's taking so much stuff. But this is what he's calling a testosterone support matrix. And again, I mentioned this yesterday. It's not a testosterone booster. And I was really concerned because I didn't want to mess around with my testosterone. Let me just keep it straight. I want to keep all my testosterone. I don't want anything shrinking. I don't want anything to not work. I don't want to take something that's going to affect me long term. And so I was really skeptical about taking anything that was messing with my hormones. But again, because everything was patented, I could see every single product that he was putting in there and do some research on the ingredients. And based on what I saw, what I've seen is that it doesn't boost your testosterone, but it balances your testosterone. So there's a balance between your estrogen levels and your testosterone levels. And one of the things I realized is that sometimes, you know, there are certain things that are going on, things that we're eating, things in the air, pollutants or what have you, that can cause some of us to have raised estrogen levels, which, you know, if you're trying to, you know, get into shape, you know, have lean muscles, and, you know, you want to maximize your effort, you want to make sure that your stuff is balanced. And I want all the testosterone that I got. I want all, whatever the percentages I got, I want to make sure I keep them and make sure that they're running efficiently. And again, I've taken it for about a week. So about a week and a day. I started on the Friday, so I had gone about a week before I started taking it. And I saw a couple of his videos where he was talking about it. And I said, okay. So I watched some other videos, and it seems like it was going to work. So the big things I was looking for was obviously seeing some sort of an effect in the gym, but it also talks about, you know, lowering your cortisol levels so you can rest, you can relax, because again, everything that we're doing in the gym is going to affect your cortisol levels. You know, you're going through a lot of work, and your body is being, you know, tested and pushed to the limit, and this is going to help there. So help with sleeping, it's going to help with lean muscle mass. And, you know, I'm just saying, and Mom, if you're listening, I love you, but as a side effect, I heard it also doesn't hurt, you know, in the other areas, you know, libido. You know, we get older, I want to make sure my libido works, and I want to make sure that things are working. Right, so this has, I think, 3 ingredients that will definitely support that. So I don't want to, you know, lose out on anything. So again, we'll see. I'll let you know. So far, I really can't tell a difference. The Clean Burn doesn't have any caffeine in it. One of the concerns I think some people had was, you know, does it have caffeine? It does not, which is cool, because I've had some other products that made me feel very jittery. I didn't feel comfortable. You know, I just didn't like how it felt, and I just didn't like my heartbeat racing too fast. I see a bunch of things that are coming in. So no caffeine in there. If you like caffeine, they do have some caffeine pills, or I just drink coffee, black coffee. But I haven't been able to see if there's any changes with the Ferrodrox. It's all new to me. I don't know if it's working or not working. I really can't tell. I don't feel anything. Some people say, you know, you got to go about 4 weeks before you really notice anything. And again, if your levels are already balanced, you may not feel anything, you know. And is it good for women as men? And the answer that he gave was yes, it's good for both men and women. Don't forget, women have some level of testosterone too. Again, it's all about having the balance. All right, so that's about as much as I know about that. That's pretty much what I got. I will give an update if I see anything changing in that area, but that's there. Now, the other thing, so that usually I do that. There's 2. You take 2 of those a day, usually 1 in the morning and 1 in the afternoon. And I've been following instructions on that. Now, before I go to, after a cardio workout, I do take his hydra-charge. And I'll show that with you. Hydra-charge. It's kind of like you put, calls it a hydrate and defend, is what it says in the bottom. And again, it has all these patented ingredients in the back. And of course, if you want to get all the ingredients, you can just go to the website and see. I take this, this is a fruit punch flavor. I take this with my beet powder. This is not the best tasting. It tastes just like beets, but I mix the fruit punch in here, and I mix them together. Because I've had higher blood pressure than I like to have, and that's also another reason why I wanted to make sure that I kept my body healthy, because, you know, I'm on blood pressure medication, and I want to, you know, hopefully get off of that one day. And I noticed that when my weight goes up, so does my blood pressure. And I'm trying to make sure that I can live as long as I can. Let's go 100 plus. So to do that, I need to get my blood pressure under control, not 100% by pills. I mean, I'll take them because I want to live and I don't want to have a heart attack or a stroke or anything else. But if I can do it naturally, and if I can do it with foods, and I can be healthy and get off those things, That's my plan. So the beet juice, I took it because it really helps with, sort of opening up the funnel so that, my veins will let more of the things in. I've also noticed that it helps with lowering blood pressure. At least that's something that I've noticed. And then the hydra-charge is good for, rehydrating. After doing 25 minutes, I'm sweating. I want to get those fluids back into me. And again, I'm drinking about a gallon of water a day. So that's hydra-charge. Also, so outside of that, I'm also taking fish oil. This is just, I went to BJ's, got some fish oil. I was also looking at taking some omega-3s. I think at 3s and 9s, I think it is. And there's some products I'll begin to look at. But for now, I'm just taking some fish oil, try to help, regulate, those, I think it's LDL levels, HDL level, whatever it is. I am not a doctor or a nurse. Do I not know everything there is to know about some of these things? I just know that when I went to the doctor one time, he said, hey, if we need to balance the cholesterol levels in your blood, we need to improve the good numbers and decrease the bad ones. Fish oil was going to help. And so I started taking that just to keep that number in line. Okay. Now, before a workout, there is pre-kaged. Okay. Now I'll show you this one. This is the pre-workout. And again, you can see all the patented products there. You can all check that out online to get all the details. But this is the Berry Blast. And usually you take this about 30 to 45 minutes before you go to the gym. This right here has saved my life. I couldn't even tell you how many times, because there are some days I just didn't want to go to the gym. And I was tired, I was lethargic, I was not motivated at all. And I took it, just kind of sipped it, got it down with, 15 minutes or so. And then I felt good. There was even one day I had a headache. And I was just like, I was not feeling it. I didn't want to go. Every time I bent over, my head was throbbing. But I did it anyway. And between this and the next product I'm going to show you, it really helped just sort of open up some of those blood vessels to make sure the blood was running to my muscles. And it just really worked for me. So that's pre-kaged pre-workout. And then we have the in-kaged, which, let's see here. This is while you're in the middle of working out. So while you're in the workout, you take this. And this is where are my spectacles? Cherry lemonade, which was pretty good. The pre-kaged and the in-kaged are pretty strong as far as flavor goes. I do about 16 ounces of water. I just put it in the shaker. And I usually take that. It is pretty strong, but it definitely keeps you motivated, and it keeps you hydrated, and it keeps you pumped about just finishing the workout. And when you are, nearing the end and you're just tired, you need everything you can to get through that workout. And to be honest, I had a friend who was looking at some of the workout after I told him what the program was, and he was like, yeah, looks pretty tough. And I said, yeah, it is, but that's what's gonna get you to that 8-week mark with some changes. You don't wanna, take your time to get there. You wanna see some changes. And he's making a very big claim that he can help us, but in order to see that, you've gotta follow the plan, and that means food, supplements, and the exercise. So again, in-kaged and pre-kaged are what I'm taking before and after. Now, I'm gonna put you on pause for a second. I gotta get one more, and I don't see it here. Hold on. All right, so the one I needed to grab, and I thought I had it here, but I didn't, is the re-kaged. This is the protein that I was telling you about. This one is actually pretty good. It's orange cream. And I think the first time I took it, I was like, okay, this is a weird flavor. But it actually is really good. It reminds me of one of those slushies where you have orange cream, or like one of those popsicles. It kind of reminds me of that. Actually a very good flavor. The key for me is I only take about 10 to 12 ounces of water, because if I put too much water, it waters down the flavor. Whereas with the pre-kaged and the in-kaged, you probably can do more water because it's that strong. But you really want to get through it. So the re-kaged, I do immediately following the workout, even before I do another set of cardio. And this is key. And something, if you watch all of his videos, he pretty much tells you every single time, now that I'm done with the workout, now it's time to go get my re-kaged in. And this one here has about 28 grams of protein in it. It has some other things like L-glutamine and creatine and some other really good products in there. So I'm really happy with that. The last thing that I take before bedtime, and sometimes as a meal replacement, is some protein powder. This one here is sort of a blend. It has the casein protein. It has some regular whey protein and whatnot. But I just needed something to tide me over until I get the Kaged Muscle casein with the K, casein protein, which I would normally take probably right before bed. So until I get that, I'm just using this one for temporarily, but I did order it. I went to GNC to get some of the products, and then I also went to Vitamin Shop, which I had to go kind of a ways. I think I had to go to Goldsboro or Fuquay Varina just to get some of this stuff because they didn't have it locally. For next month, I have done a pre-order, which you can set up on like an auto ship. Through GNC, you get a 10% discount, and I think pretty much Vitamin Shop does the same thing. And they have another percentage, like 15 and 25% off already the sale prices. So it was cheaper to go through those stores than even go to bodybuilding.com. So that is the supplements. The question is, how much was it? I think I spent probably 140, I think. Pretty much for this, maybe close to 160, 180 maybe, after I added a few other items. It seems like a lot at first, and I know some of you may be thinking the same thing, like I just don't have enough to do that and or buy food because it's going to be a lot. But I'll tell you that I don't think I would change anything. Yeah, it was a little tough at first, like, man, it's, giving them that card and having them swipe it. But I think once I got in and started to use it, it really made sense. I'll let you know about the casein when I get it. And so I think so far, the clean burn runs, I think 30 days worth, the clean burn, 30 days. The Ferrodrox, I think, also runs 30 days because you're taking it every single day. The pre-kaged, the in-kaged, and the re-kaged, these products, I think are only 20 days. And that's only because you're really only taking it when you're in the gym, which is 5 days a week. So you don't need it on non-workout days. The hydra-charge, I think, is you take two times a day. There's a scoop in there. You take it, maybe once, or you can water it down. You can maybe take a half for everything. It's good flavor, tastes good. But I did all that, and I think so far everything is great. If you have any questions specifically, I know it's about 23 minutes long. If you have any questions about this, feel free to let me know. I'll try to answer what I can. If you need any details on the supplements, the ingredients, price, I would say go to the website kagedmuscle.com, or go look at GNC, Vitamin Shop, bodybuilding.com, or you can go to Kaged Muscle. They also sell it there. I think it was cheaper at GNC this month. They got a deal. And then if you do their sort of pre-order or auto ship, they also give you another 10% off, so it's even cheaper, which is where I got it down to about 140 for everything once I started it. I think that's pretty much it. So right now, I'm gonna finish up my hydra-charge. You'll probably hear me talk about some of these products as I move forward in the process. But in case you got questions, I can always point you back to this video. If you got questions, leave it down below. But I think that's gonna do it for now. Thanks.